Hey there, welcome back to Smartphone Wars. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if Apple released a budget smartphone? Well, I reckon it would be something like the Vivo V7, which I'm reviewing today. A 5.7-inch 18:9 phone powered by the Snapdragon 450 with an incredible selfie and main camera experience. All the flagship features like facial recognition, thin and light body as well. So the Vivo V7 is perhaps one of the best Android and smartphone devices on the market, period, if you're looking for an all-round device that's thin, light and very beautiful as well. So, interested in buying this phone? Watch my review and you'll know everything there is to know about it. First of all, if you've not heard of Vivo, you probably don't live in Asia or you've never heard of smartphones in general, because they are one of the top-selling Android brands, if not the top in Asia. That's right, pure quality. This is not the first phone they've made, but this is one of their more recent budget phone series. And as such, it does have a bit limitations, but it does have a few features, like it does have a headphone jack, but it has a micro USB type port. When it comes to craftsmanship, there really isn't anything budget about this phone. Stylish, elegant, incredible. Even the paint on the phone is really nice and premium feel to it. To put it in a sentence, nobody will ever know you're rocking a budget phone when they see the Vivo V7 back, or they have absolutely hands-on feel with it. The display is another great feature because it does have that new full view 18:9 display and is, as I said, one of the lightest, thinnest and well-built phones around. And since both sides are curved, at its thinnest point it's just 7mm thin, and at its thickest point it's just 8mm thin, and the phone is barely 140 grams in weight. This is a very light, compact and one-hand usage friendly device, and it also rocks a very fast fingerprint scanner. But the phone is all about facial recognition or Face ID unlock. Hold the phone to your face and it will unlock instantaneously all the time, even in some really low light situations. So this is the best facial recognition and face unlock feature I've ever seen in an affordable price point phone, and this is all down to Vivo's Funtouch OS, which is kind of a not take itself seriously, more colorful iOS approach to Android. As you've seen in a lot of other Chinese phones out there, you can absolutely remove the on-screen keys in favor of screen gestures to navigate the phone, which is really cool, but doesn't cater to heavy multitaskers. But switch on those on-screen keys and you now have access to page tiles with your multitasking recent apps, which is more in line with other Android devices, but still looks a bit more like iOS. This is the general theme of the Funtouch OS, and I absolutely prefer to use gestures to navigate for the phone, because then I can use that 18:9 display all the time and I'm not get any on-screen keys to hamper my experience, but I will have to deal with the multitasking in a bit of a different way than I'm used to. This phone is meant, the Vivo V7, mostly for Indian markets, Malaysia, Indonesia. That's why it has all the Google services pre-installed, and it is a multi-language ROM, so you get Russian, like German, Chinese, Indonesian. So this is pretty much a great ROM to import, a great phone to import almost everywhere, and thanks to the Snapdragon modem inside, it does have all the bands, so it will work probably anywhere in the world with 4G. When it comes to performance, if you think the Snapdragon 450 is anything but the Snapdragon 625, then you're wrong. It is absolutely the same as the Snapdragon 625. There's probably like a 5% difference, but it's really not that bad. The 3000 mAh battery is good for 2 days of heavy usage or around 10 hours of screen on time a day, and the phone charges in just over 1 hour from 0 to 100%, which is amazing. And the phone, as I said, Snapdragon chip GPS is absolutely great. You'll have no problems even indoors locking to any signals. Since this Vivo V7 is meant for the international market, it has very good Google integration, and now split screen multitasking works with own apps. Usually use it for like YouTube with Chrome, YouTube with Facebook, and YouTube with Messenger, WhatsApp and a few other messaging apps. So, and of course you can also resize the windows to whatever you like, which is very nice and convenient, and you're not missing on any of those great Android Nuggets features. The general performance of the Vivo V7, opening apps, closing apps, switching between the multitasking, is just as good as a Redmi Note 4X, but falls slightly short of the Redmi 5 and Redmi 5 Plus, maybe because the MIUI skin is lighter than the Funtouch OS which Vivo use here, which I really don't mind, and I think 99% of you will absolutely be pleased with the daily performance of the Vivo V7, and as well as gaming. Since I'm not one of those YouTubers who doesn't really know anything about gaming, I test all the phones I review with real like on-demand heavy 3D titles like the Shadow Fight here you're seeing, and the next one which is World War Heroes. The Vivo V7 with the Snapdragon 450 was able to play those games in medium settings with very good playable frame rates, so the Vivo V7 is a very decent gaming phone to build. You will have absolutely no issues running the latest games on medium settings and doing a lot of heavy multitasking with the Vivo V7, which is great for any phone at any price really. And now moving on to the display review of the Vivo V7. I absolutely like this display, but it's a bit, or it punches a bit under its price point because the phone is somewhere around $250–300. It's an 18:9 display, but it doesn't have the full HD plus resolution, and it's just HD plus, which is 1440×720 pixels. Now, display is not bad, the contrast, color reproduction, and everything is good. Even the sunlight visibility is pretty decent. But the fact remains that if you want to view lots of video in Full HD or 1080p with the 18:9 aspect ratio, you'll be a bit disappointed because you will see less details, and in general clips from YouTube, Netflix and playing videos will look a little less sharp than what I'm used to as a standard right now, since even $160–170 phones offer Full HD plus resolution or 18:9. However, the audio quality on the Vivo V7 more than makes up for it because it's absolutely fantastic. And as usual, I've saved the best for last, which is the Vivo V7's camera review. So, if you had any doubts into buying this phone and you want a good phone for photography, this is it. You're definitely buying the Vivo V7 because it's one of the best camera phones out there, period, especially at this budget price point. It does have Full HD video, it does have slow motion, it does have time lapse, it does even have a full-blown professional mode which you can use with a tripod to get these really cool long exposure shots, instantaneous HDR, super fast shutter speed, face detection, autofocus. It uses a 16-megapixel OmniVision sensor for its main camera, and the sensor was punching above its price point. I'm talking about really good quality, something like the LG G5 for instance, at this budget price point is really good. Macro shots, landscape shots, even low light shots were actually very good using the Vivo V7's main camera, which is not even the focal point of this phone as a camera phone. Yes, that's right, that's the front camera, but I'll get to this a bit later. Low light shots, indoor shots, portrait shots, everything is really good. I had absolutely a blast using the Vivo V7 as a camera mode, and although it doesn't have 4K video or optical stabilization, the video is still quite decent. And the portrait mode shots, even without the second camera to use them, were really good and looked absolutely natural, blurred with the backgrounds, no cuts of images or anything. And moving to the front camera as well, the portrait mode is excellent. Vivo V7's front camera is even better than the Samsung S8's front camera, so you're getting a flagship grade front camera experience at an affordable budget price point. So the Vivo V7 is really a jack of all trades, a great camera phone, light, compact, great build quality. The only cons are the display resolution is a bit small and it still rocks the micro USB port. So this has been it for my Vivo V7 review, and I leave you with a vlog I took from the front camera as an end.
With this phone, I mean, if you're concerned, oh, this is a Chinese brand, well, look up, Vivo is one of the best-selling brands in China. It's been so for years. So this is a stable brand. It will get software support, it will get updates. You got your team store, you got your after service. This model is actually made for the India markets, India, Indonesia, Malaysia. So it does have all the Google services pre-installed.